Hello YouTube, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to talk about Instagram Reels and what it can do for you as a photographer. So maybe just like me, you've been a little bit hesitant about making Reels because, well, you're a photographer, you want to share your photos on Instagram, you're not really that much into making short videos like TikTok. Then recently the engagement on photos dropped tremendously again, so you might have been even considering leaving the platform, going to Twitter or whatever other platform you might be thinking of. Like Instagram is dead for photography, right? I'm here to tell you it definitely isn't. Okay, so what am I actually talking about? Let me get out my phone and show you my Instagram page so I can easily explain it to you guys. So I'm just gonna go down, go to the Reels, and let me show you this Reel as an example. This one has gotten over 40k likes, loads of comments, got a lot of new followers to my page. It's actually going crazy. And when you look at it, it's just photos. Nothing else. I animated photos to the music and that way I created a video. But there's no actual video in there. It's just a different way to present the photos I've always been showing on my Instagram. I basically go through 5 steps when I create my Reels. So let me show you all the steps one by one and you will be creating Reels yourself in no time. And I'm even gonna give you a little bonus tip at the end that might increase your reach on those Reels. So for step 1 we're gonna wanna find a template on Instagram. So we're gonna scroll through the Reels and when we find one with a song that we like, we're gonna send it to our story so we can go to the top right and then save it to the phone. Now we don't have to actually share the story, you can just delete it. And we also want to save the reel for later and save the audio in the app, and then you're ready for the next step. Now step 2, we're gonna cut the photos to the right length. We're gonna use the reel we downloaded to our phone for this. It's gonna be our template. As you can see, we got the song in there as well. And now we can just skip through the reel frame by frame and find where the cuts are between the photos. Like this one here. Now we're just gonna drag our first photo into the timeline and cut it to length. Now we're just gonna repeat this process throughout the whole reel and then we will have all our photos with the correct timing to the song. So I'm just gonna speed through this now and I'll see you on step number 3. So now we want to scale all the photos to the correct size so that they fill up the screen. You can simply do this in the transform and then zoom into the photo. Now you can also select all the photos at once and scale them all together. Important to notice is that if you have one photo that has a different size, you want to go into that one and scale that to the proper size as well, just like I'm doing here. Now after they have all been scaled up to fill the entire screen, we're gonna want to add some motion to make it more interesting. We're gonna do this by keyframing. In this case I want to quickly zoom in on the first photo. This is to hook the attention in, so to speak. So I'm just gonna zoom in a lot, like 3.5 here. Then I'm gonna hit the keyframe. Then I'm gonna go a couple frames ahead. I think I want about 12. Yeah, 12. And then I'm gonna zoom out again to the point where I just filled the frame and create a keyframe as well. this way when we play it back we will actually have a fast zoom out like this. Okay, that's perfect. And then for the other photos I just want to add a little zoom out to keep the same movement going throughout the whole reel. So I'm just gonna set some keyframes at the beginning and at the end. Okay, I forgot the one in the front, so I'm gonna scale up a bit, and then we'll have a slow zoom out on that one. Let's play that again. Yeah, did you see it? That was better. So now we're just gonna do that for the rest of the reel, like this. You see the results right now, and it's a lot better with all that motion added. Time for step number 4. So to make it look even more appealing, I'm gonna add some video transitions to all the cuts between the different photos. You can just go through the video transitions that you have in your video editor, but I like this pack that I downloaded from YouTube from Mr. AT. Now I want to add a spin transition in this case in the first on the first cut. I'm going to change the length because a second is a bit too long for this. I'm going to try half a second first. You can always adjust this however you like it. And then for the second one I want to use a zoom, and because I'm zooming out on each picture with the keyframes, I want to use a zoom out to out transition as well. Now I'm gonna want to repeat this for all the transitions in the video, and maybe even add some other ones in the end where the music intensifies. So let me do that, and let me then show you what it looks like in the end. Okay, so we got all the transitions in here, and as you can see, this again increases the attention it grabs. So now there's just one step left, step number 5. Let's go. So now we'll just be adding some extra effects. The first thing I want to do is I want to add a zoom blur from my effects library to that first clip. And I'm also gonna want to keyframe it because I zoom out quickly in the first 12 frames. So I want to go to the first frame, increase the zoom by 0.75 in this case, hit it for a keyframe, and then I want to scroll through to frame number 12 where I stop zooming, and then I want to set a keyframe to 0 blur. Now let this render so I can play it back for you guys. And as you can see now, when we play it back, we have a little blur at the beginning. It just adds a little bit to that zoom effect. Okay, so this is done. Now I want to add another effect to this reel, and I want to go to the end of the reel where the music intensifies, and I want to add a little bit of shakes. I'm gonna do this by adding an adjustment layer. So I'm gonna just drag that in there, and then I'm gonna make sure that it covers all the photos that I wanted to affect, and then trim it to the right size. And in this way I can just look up the effect in the effects library. I'm just gonna look for camera shake in this case. I can drag that effect on top of the adjustment layer, and then it will affect all the photos underneath at once. So that's just a quick little way to do this. Let's see what it does to the clips. You see it adds a little shake. I really like that for it matches the intensified music, I think. Now I want to copy this adjustment layer and drag it to the front photo, the first photo in the sequence, because you need to realize that Reels loop on Instagram. So by adding the same shake effect to that first photo, you're gonna create a little bit of a smoother loop, which can keep people watching your reel over and over, which is obviously good for the algorithm. So I let it render. It's still a little bit stuttery here, but let me show it to you guys what it will look like in the end. So this is what the end result looks like. Now let me show it on the big screen for you guys. And that's it. Your reel is now ready to be posted onto Instagram. But as promised, I still have a little bonus tip for you guys. Remember that when we downloaded the reel from Instagram, we also saved the song on the app. So now when you upload your reel, you want to mute the sound and then you want to go to the music library and add it back in from there. This way the app will recognize the song and it will also send it out to people who liked other reels that use the same song, potentially increasing your reach. Now that's all I've got for you today. Hope you learned something, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Goodbye!